one thing I didn't like about uni is that how easy I can university accommodation bed is. If you live in Encliffe next year, I feel like the closest walking distance is to the SU, which is student union. Finance is definitely something new to you.
Oh my gosh, this is bad.
1, 2, 3, let's go!
Hi everyone, it's Suki here, and for today's video, I'm going to do the complete opposite of all the university videos I have done a few weeks ago, which is saying the things I hate about university. Please bear with me because these few weeks I will post a lot of university videos as I feel like it is the most relatable for you guys because it's uni season. So if you are not a university student, don't worry, my channel won't be transformed to a solely university video channel, but it's just this August to September period I'm going to try to post more university video just to help the majority of the people. The main idea of making this video is to give you like a heads up on what bad things you could expect in university, because I don't really want to cover university with all the good things and kind of just miss out on the bad things that you might experience, which might even make university worse than you if you're not mentally prepared for some bad things that are gonna happen. Because all social media people normally just kind of like illustrate the good things that happens in their life, and including university students. So if you haven't experienced uni yet, you probably in your mind it's just all those perfect moments that people take pictures of, having fun and stuff. In reality, there's always good and bad. I really recommend you to watch it just so you could have like a mental preparation that these things could happen. I'm not saying that it will, but for me it did, and those are the things that I just didn't really like. Then at least you will be prepared and you won't be so disappointed when you go to uni and when you think everything's gonna be perfect. So enough of me talking. The first thing that I don't like about university is that the lectures are really big classes. Compared to secondary/high school, lectures in university can add up to 100 people in the same room. It's just really hard to interact with your professor during the lecture, and even if your professor encourages you to ask questions, you just can't do it in front of 100 people. Like if you can, then you're super confident, but for people like me, I'm quite shy when it comes to like a big crowd of people. Then I just tend to kind of keep the questions to myself. Even if I have questions, I'm just not brave enough to ask. So you just need to know that lecture sizes in university are massive, and I don't want you to overwhelm yourself when you first enter your first lecture, because it is normal. It's not only your university. All universities lecture sizes are up to like 100 or more people, but good that you have seminars in university too, which is like a smaller tutor group that normally consists of like 10 to 15 people, where you can have small size class discussion about the lecture content. So don't be afraid, don't be worried that you won't be able to understand, because you can always bring your questions to the seminar and ask teacher in like a smaller group instead of 100 people listening to your question. Okay, second is that everything seems expensive. Since you're a student, finance is definitely something new to you.
Oh my gosh, this is bad.
Living with my parents during high school/secondary school, I was so fed by my parents, kind of just babied by my parents, and when I left my country to a completely new country, my parents just give me this amount of money for me to use, and everything just seems so expensive to me. I'm just really scared to like buy clothes now because I just feel like I've been spending so much, and reading my bank statement is definitely my biggest fear. It just gives me so much stress at the end of each month. So finance is definitely gonna be different, and you see it in a new light when you enter university, because that's when you actually need to live alone, be super independent. So you really have to get used to seeing everything as expensive, as more expensive than what you are used to, since you don't have your parents with you anymore. 3, homesickness. That is a definite must have. I feel like some people are lucky they don't feel homesick. Maybe they have been traveling and living in other countries throughout their lives, but of course I do feel homesick sometimes. But the best way to cure homesickness is just to keep yourself busy, find some really good friends that you can treat like family. One thing that I recommend is not to bring pictures of your family with you along, like a printed pictures, and put it on your table, because that just reminds you of your family all the time. Although people say that, oh, bring a picture of your family and stuff, but if you are hardcore sufferer of homesickness, I really recommend you to just leave your family behind and kind of just forget about them. Of course, call them once in a while because they will get worried if you don't, but don't put a picture on your table of your family because you will see their faces every day and that will make you miss them even more. So kind of just distract yourself from the thought of your family and probably call them once a week, because calling them every single day is quite unhealthy as well. I think it just makes you feel like you belong in home, not in university. You really want to make an atmosphere where your home is university, that's when you don't get homesick anymore. So like maybe the first week you can call your parents every single day since you're just settling in, but after the first week, just try to call them once a week or even once a month. I call my parents back like probably once a month or 2 months because I don't want to linger on to them too much. Fourth is that one thing that I really don't like about university is the independence, which means that you can make all the decisions by yourself and even bad decisions, aka food. I can be lazy sometimes and I just get takeaway, and those are super unhealthy. Of course, home cooked foods are the healthiest because mom knows the best, but if you're living alone, it's really easy for you to gain weight. And like one thing I didn't like about uni is that how easy I can gain weight, and when I came back home, everyone said I just got fatter, I just look chubbier. It's just super easy because you get a bit lazy, you eat a bit unhealthy, and just things just build up. You get a bit stressed because of a new environment, and it's just really easy for you to gain weight. So I really want to give you like a heads up and say that it's not the end of the world, since I came back home and I have been trying to focus more on health and exercise and kind of just lose the weight I've gained. When I came back home, I was heavier than my mom. I was like 56 kilograms, and now just like less than 2 months I'm 52 kilograms. So it's really not that hard to lose what you've gained, but I just want you to know that everyone goes through that phase, and if you did get heavy, I can relate. You're not the only one that is getting heavy. Your friends might not tell you because it's quite personal, but I can tell you straight away that I did gain a lot of weight, and it's not that hard to lose it, I guess, but you really have to focus on your health at the start of uni if you want to stay in your consistent weight. Okay, number 5 is that university accommodation bed is really small. One thing I really don't like about university is that their accommodation is definitely not as luxury as hotels and like your house, obviously, because the bed are super small, and compared to my bed at home right now, it's just half the size of my bed. So it's not the luxury lifestyle that you might be used to when you're catered by your family and have like the best treatment by your parents. In university, everyone's the same, you don't get treated differently, and you just need to know that toilets aren't the cleanest and the beds are quite small, beddings might be a bit dirty. People have lived in your place before like years and years, so you have to be prepared that your room might not be the cleanest, but you can always make it better by decorating it yourself. And the thing is that if you don't want to live in a university accommodation, you don't have to. You can just go out. If you're going to Sheffield this academic year, you can find some housing in Sheffield which are definitely nicer than university accommodation. But the downfall about that is that it's harder for you to make friends because you isolate yourself in the city and living by yourself. Because I made most of my friends through my accommodation, not my course mate. Actually, my closest friend lives with me, but I also make some really good friends through my courses, society. But then I feel like you can make the closest and most tight friendship group through accommodation, since you see them every day, every night. You can Netflix and binge and just stay up, pull all-nighters with them. But course mate, it's just different. You see them a few hours a day. It's just like a different kind of friendship. Okay, the last thing that I really didn't like about university is that the walking distance between lectures are quite far away, especially for a city-based university like Sheffield, and I think Nottingham is a city-based university too. Places like Durham, I think it's a closed campus one. I'm really not sure. I think Oxford is a city-based university as well, and Cambridge as well, but don't take my words on that because I really didn't do my research on other university. I only know Sheffield the best, and Sheffield is for sure a city-based university, even though it's campus-like, but all the buildings of the university are spread out throughout the city, so it is a trek to lectures, and you really have to get used to that. Because different from high school, you are in one building and all your classrooms are in like one building, your cafeteria is in like the same building. But university is like one of your lecturer might be in the north side of the city, one of your lecturer might be on the other side, so you really have to plan your time well and wake up earlier just to add in the walking distance or your Ubering distance, but I definitely recommend walking because that is some good exercise that you can just slip in through your daily life. But if you are in a campus-based university, then I feel like the walking distance might be shorter since everything is compact in the close campus. But if you're in the city university like Sheffield, then you have to expect walking quite far away. So if you live in Endcliffe next year, I feel like the closest walking distance is 25 minutes to the SU, which is Student Union. And if you want to walk all the way to our biggest, most famous library, which is called the Diamond, it normally takes around like 35 minutes from Endcliffe. And if you live in Ranmore, probably 40 minutes. So you really need to keep in mind that walking is a lot in Sheffield and there's a lot of uphill walking. So yeah, please don't disappoint yourself in that because that will happen. But just think of the good side, which will train your calf, you have really strong leg muscles, and yeah. So that's a wrap on my video of the 6 things I don't like about university. I was gonna reach it to 10, but I've been thinking for 2 whole days and I can't think of anything more than 6. Seriously, I love university. This video is not to shame university or anything. I absolutely adore going to university, but it's just to make sure, as I said earlier in the video, that you have heads up on things that could go wrong, and these are the things that did go wrong for me. But it wasn't the end of the world since there are so many better things that happens in uni which kind of just outshone these bad things, kind of just made me kind of forget about these bad things. I couldn't even list a list of 10 bad things I don't like about university, which kind of highlight how amazing university is to me. Like the maximum I can think of is 6. So yeah, this video is really not to put you off university. You definitely should be excited for university because I'm super excited for you and you will enjoy it so much. And these are like just minor little things that might get in your way, but now it probably wouldn't since you kind of know that it will come anyway. So I hope this will help you to enhance your university experience even more. Now you know that there are flaws too, so it won't come as a surprise to you. So yeah, please give this video a thumbs up if you like university-based video. Now I will continue making more uni-based video because I feel like that is the most helpful for most of my audience right now. But yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Bye!